Watercooler, Watercooler, Watercooler.
Hey, welcome to Watercooler. Not Patreon.
Wow, we are off to a rip-roaring start.
Can we start over?
Matt's in Texas, doesn't have any lights.
Can we start over?
No, we're going, baby.
We're
Going, baby. It's all good. We edit nothing.
Yeah, we don't have to edit nothing, but we could have a new intro.
We could.
All right.
What's happening, dude? What is this shit the show of?
I don't even know anymore. I'm thrown off.
This is the show where I sit.
Watercooler, Watercooler, Watercooler.
Hello and welcome to CarCast. Ah, damn it! I'll just keep it all on. Who cares?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
They already tuned out.
Matt's finger guns right there were really aggressive. I
Matt
did
did
not
some
like it.
big finger guns if people are watching on YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is the Water Cooler, everybody. Episode number 330, also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus, I think, 64 or 63 or something. I don't even know.
It's
You better get that shit figured out, man.
No, it's unknowable.
Wow,
Matt,
that's
why
a
don't you-
lot of shit from the guy
Yeah.
on the TV in the
It's
fucking
unknowable.
darkened room
How
with the
about you-
fucking screen
Yeah,
illuminating
bro.
his glasses so you can't even see you.
How about you get your white balance figured out?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, guys. I missed you all. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. This is a show where I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my Corolla digital buds, like Mike Dawson.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, buddy.
Welcome to you.
Welcome to us.
Welcome to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gary Smith's here.
Subs up.
Hey. And as we all heard, too, from Austin, making his debut on the non-Patreon Water Cooler show, it's Mr. Matt Fondelier. Yes.
Hey, brother.
Hey, buddy. So good to talk to you again. We talked to you last week when
Yeah,
on
it was great.
Patreon, and you told us about your move, and now you're in a new room. I have questions like why, but we don't have to get into it right away.
I like your moving boxes behind you.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
stuff got that.
that's an indicator. That's
Yeah.
a little clue as to why the room is different this time.
Oh, yeah.
We get it, Matt. You moved. You don't have to
Yeah.
keep shoving it in our face.
No, I just got all of my stuff delivered today. I've been sleeping on an air mattress for a full week. I have a knot the size of a bowling ball in my back, but the bed is finally here. But now it's just going through boxes and boxes and boxes. And this is apparently going to eventually be my office. I'm going to spruce this up eventually. But for now, it's filled with boxes.
Well, you
That's cool,
can't
dude. I
spruce
know-
it down.
Sleeping on an air mattress
Count it.
really sucks, especially when you have to wake up early and go to work every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't
How
have to do that yet.
how is the delivery of all your stuff? Did they mess anything up? Were you,
No,
did it
I
go
don't think
smoothly?
so. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be saying that publicly in case I find something super fucked up and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I could sue them and get all my money. So let me just say, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think I mean, maybe
Aren't you missing
Maybe.
that safe filled with gold
Oh.
bullion?
I'm glad we talked off air
Yeah.
before the show started because I would have forgotten to bring that up otherwise.
Yeah.
But I would assume from what I've gone through so far.
can stop the
I'm sorry about that, Matt. He picked the longest one too.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have any control over this.
Gary, even in Austin, Gary, I'm sorry, man. He's getting too power hungry with these drops still, Matt. You were here to police him for a while. Now you're not here, and he's just off the rails.
I know. Anytime I offer any criticism, it is immediately thrown back in my face that I'm not present in the
Yeah.
room. So I'm afraid to comment on
Gary
anything at this point.
Gary has his mouse hovered over end meeting at all times, just ready to go.
And don't you forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this air mattress, how'd you blow it up? Did you use your mouth or use a compressor, a pump? What'd you do?
It has a built-in pump. So you just plug it in and then there's like a little wheel that could either be inflate or deflate. And so you turn the wheel to whatever you want and then you just push the switch and then you relax, crack one out,
Kids have it so
Crack one out. Nice, dude.
That's
Do you
an air mattress talk with Matt Fondelier.
do that move where you lay in it before it's inflated and then feel it lift you up?
That's how you break the compressor, bro.
I still do it every single time.
You do that?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't
I'd be
think
too
that's
afraid to do that.
I do not think that's wise.
Yeah, that's
It's It's probably why the air mattress I had busted after about a year.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
That's probably
No, it's not
It's like
probably
one or
why.
two uses.
Doss, that is absolutely
That probably
why
is, yeah.
your mattress burst in a year.
Well, now I know.
I don't think you do know.
Okay, you're right. Now I think maybe I shouldn't lay on it
Okay.
while it's inflating.
I'll
That's-
take it.
that's
Right, I
growth.
don't know.
Yeah. What is your preferred method if you're in Matt's situation? Would you do the air mattress? I think I just go floor with a thick blanket.
Yeah, no.
No?
All wood floors here, dude. There's no
Yeah,
carpet, nothing.
done it.
Yeah. I just wouldn't abandon my friends.
Oh, yeah. Gary,
It's a whole
Gary's,
different thing.
Gary's
but,
still
yeah.
sensitive,
I mean,
Matt.
I'm
He-
just saying,
he's not-
of all the options, that's what I would do. That's me.
of all the people here, Gary's taking it the hardest, not just because Matt Fondelier has left us, but as we announced on Patreon, as Kalen left us on a cliffhanger, this is his Kalen Bean's last week here at Crivola Digital as well. He dropped a bomb, a
Yep.
straight up nuke right on. Stole your thunder, Matt. I hope you're happy about that. But he
Yeah, see, I thought, I left at a time that was tough, but Kalen left at a time that's really tough. So it was really my hope that you guys just direct all of your anger at him, and therefore I look a lot better in this scenario.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I can still drive to Long Beach and have lunch with Kalen, so.
Yeah, that's true. Shit.
very true. See, Matt. Yeah. So Kalen,
Yeah, Kalen
What?
fucked us.
what the heck, man?
Kalen fucked us.
Yeah.
No,
so
I'm just kidding.
he'll be back on the Patreon
Patreon.
show this week to explain himself.
Yeah, he's told me what he plans to talk about. He's going to be really open, so we're gonna learn a lot. But that's his story to tell. So for now, we'll just say once again, it's not a joke. I get that everyone has this defense mechanism against change, where they just assume that it's some elaborate joke or they're praying that it is. But nope, Kalen's moving on, and he'll tell his story on Patreon.
See what I'm looking to get.
Kalen and Ian Bagg are going to do a podcast. That's where he's going.
Flicking the bag.
Yeah.
I like it. I'd listen to that.
Nice.
Click in the
He's
bag.
such a good brander.
Really is.
So I'm looking at the artwork that once again Joe Giacchero made for our very
Giacchero.
podcast, where Matt Fondelier is drawn in.
In one of the posts on Facebook under the announcement of Kalen, what he said on Patreon, Joe Giacchero just posted the Office GIF, which you wouldn't understand, Matt, of Kevin.
I'm
going,
sure I use that GIF all the time.
Kevin going, I need to erase so much stuff.
Yeah. That's kind of how he feels. Well, Joe, it actually works out for you because if you look at the artwork of our show, Matt's already drawn in, which was already foreshadowing. But then the people in the green section are out, so we really just have to cut the thing in half.
I'm out? Why
Well,
am
I mean,
out?
you know,
I'm here.
are you though? We really just need to cut the green section out, and then it'll just be me, Gary, Dawson, and Bag up in the orange section, and
Yeah.
it'll be perfect.
Just a rectangle, not even a square logo.
We do a rectangle logo. I mean, everything's kind of moved towards the phone. The phone is a rectangle. We want to full screen it, get that ratio.
Gotta go
right?
16:9. Come on.
Yeah,
We're working on that anyways.
yeah, exactly. So so that we have that option at least. But what really upsets me about Kalen leaving the most is we're trying to figure out what he wants to do for his goodbye party. As we all know, Matt, he took us all to Wood Ranch,
Yeah.
which was lovely.
My treat.
Matt's treat. Kalen had the great idea. Thanks to Gary, actually, of getting Langers catered here. So sorry, Matt, that you're another reason why you should regret not working here. But then they're like, "Oh, what dessert does Kalen want?" And Kalen's like, "I'm not a dessert guy. I like just pick a cake, man.
It's about
Just pick a cake.
It's about the gram, bro. Just pick a flavor.
Just pick a flavor, pick a cake, dude." And Kalen goes, "I got it. Red velvet."
No, that's
Why?
all right. That's fine.
Which I yelled at him because
Why?
why? What is
Why?
red velvet?
Exactly. It's
Red velvet tastes like nothing. It's neither
Yeah.
chocolate nor berry. Why is it red? It makes
Flavor
no
is
difference.
Chocolate.
It's not. It's like chocolate light. It's like
It's like someone fucked up chocolate.
yeah. It's like someone watered down chocolate and it didn't make it all the way to brown.
See, I don't know. For some reason I'm not as offended by it as you are. Like if that's an option, like okay, that's the
Yeah, but
I'll
you're
eat it.
admittedly basic.
yeah, I am.
And
I
Matt,
am.
Mr. Miso Soup, don't you chime in on this. I know you love red velvet cake, you a-hole.
Actually, no. I was going to agree with you.
Oh, see, Matt's brilliant. That's why we have him as our food guy. I love it. Yeah, okay. See, what makes red velvet great is the cream cheese frosting, which it always comes with.
That's what pulls it together.
Yeah, and cream cheese frosting would taste great on cat food, so it doesn't matter.
When they got those little crispy, crunchy
cat
things
food.
inside the cake,
before.
those are also just delightful when you get those sometimes.
Yeah,
It's not in every red velvet cake. It's just an occasion thing.
but yeah, it's a texture thing. But look,
I got to tell you something on this topic, if I may. Before I left California, I don't know if you guys know I did that, but before I did that, I had an order from the Cheesecake Factory delivered to my house, and we ordered a slice of banana cream cheesecake, which is one of the most exquisite cheesecakes you'll ever have. They did not send us that. They sent us red velvet cheesecake, and it was an absolute affront to all cheesecakes everywhere. It was fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
The texture, the flavor, it couldn't have been more wrong. And frankly, I have not been back since.
yeah,
Did
you know
call
what?
them and threaten to kill their families?
Whoa.
No, but I might.
Good.
I just might.
Because
Yeah.
don't do that.
You know what
Yeah.
You know what category of
It's
your
not a
cookbook
good
that you
thing.
should put red velvet cheesecake, Matt?
The
The
trash.
trash.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
All
Guys,
right.
I'm refilling my glass. There's no reflection this time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking listening, and I can still talk to you.
Okay.
So don't freak out. Just because
Yeah.
you don't see me
All right.
doesn't mean that I can't be a part of this conversation. You follow?
Yeah. So for the non-Patreon listeners, Matt walked away from his computer and
Into the backyard.
into the backyard first, but he goes into the kitchen to refill his drink. But there, behind him was a window, and since it got dark, the reflection of his kitchen was very. It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, it was-
and we just watched Matt hanging out in his kitchen,
Making a drink. His wife
making
came
a
in. At a
drink.
certain
His wife
point.
came in. They were making out. It was crazy. So. It a lot of scandalous stuff. Make sure to get to the Patreon to watch it, but it felt very voyeuristic.
While he's gone, what the fuck is that chair?
Yeah.
Unflappable.
I knew
Matt.
I couldn't leave that chair behind. I knew that was gonna happen.
What
Matt,
the fuck is that
get
chair?
that
homie?
thing out
How
of
much
frame.
did it cost you to
It's-
move that from fucking California?
We're looking
to
at
Texas?
a blue chair. It looks like a
It's
Tommy Bahama
definitely
shirt.
from the
just,
Aloha State.
yeah, just draped over a chair. It's
you wanna get into some
wildly
comments?
distracting.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. I get it, but you know,
I'm just saying, what did it cost
Yeah.
to move that bad boy? Cross country.
thousands of dollars, Gary. Thousands of motherfucking dollars.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, let's get to the show here. It's good to have you back, Matt, and I'm sure everybody
it's
in the
great to be
comments.
here.
Please sound off and welcome Mr. Fondelier back to the Watercooler. Please. Oh, I love the barks in Austin. Very nice. Matt, I just found out that Mother's Day weekend, when we're flying back from Indianapolis, I have a layover in Austin if you want to kick it.
Really?
Yeah.
Held to the yes.
Nice.
Let's do that.
Okay, we'll plan it. So yeah, my
It
layover's
feels like
from
that could have been an email.
my layover's
Also
from
feels unreal. How
9:45 to like 1. So if you want to just jump into the airport
right.
and find me,
you
just
go.
buy a ticket somewhere and you can get into the terminal.
Oh, I have to meet you at the terminal.
Probably. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be leaving the airport.
I'll come pick you up at 9:45. We'll go get brunch.
Oh, okay. Maybe. I'll be with Adam in August. So make some room.
That's gonna be a deal breaker.
I don't like the clock.
We'll figure it out. You planned that trip before you left, you jerk. You should have known. All
You
right.
guys are just gonna be at the airport the whole time.
Yeah. So we had a nice long weekend because Adam went on his Monterey race trip, and I had a good want to feel old moment.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So first off, my buddy sings in the there's this place in Long Beach. It's great. It's called the Gas Lamp. It's and every Friday night a band called Night Rider performs.
We've done the Corolla show there.
Yeah, we have done the Corolla show there. And every Friday night, Night Rider performs, and they're a killer 80s band, like, insane. Like, their guitarist rips. They all rip.
That's a
They
cool
just
bar
all
for live music.
Yeah, the place was going nuts. It's packed. And they're playing some they're great songs. But my friend Matt is the singer of that band, and it was his birthday, so we went over there to hang out with him, wish him happy birthday, blah blah blah. And the thing about bands, as Dawson would know, is for the most part, if you're going to be drinking with your friends and hanging with your friends, you don't get a lot of time because you're on stage performing. So usually when you want to have your drink or take your shots or whatever, it's after the show. So it's 1:45
That's
a.m.
aggressive.
and he's ordering rounds of shots, like multiple shots, and we're going for it at 1:45 a.m. This is way, way, way past my bedtime, and so getting pretty loose, very late, and we're out the parking lot now. The place is closed. We're just hanging out in the parking lot out there, and the manager, very, very lovely girl, petite, and we're just talking. She's like, oh. I hear you guys went to La Salle. That was the high school I went to with me and a few of my friends were there too. And like, oh yeah, Mikey, the drummer of my band. Oh yeah, we went to La Salle. And Jason, who you've met,
Sure.
from Jason and Jake. Yeah, we went to La Salle. Oh, she's like, oh, what year did you graduate?
Oh God.
No, wait. We asked her that. Jason asked her that. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, what year did you graduate? And I was already kind of bracing for impact.
Can I
Like
guess?
this is, huh?
Can I guess?
Sure.
2012.
Okay, so you're wrong, but
Okay.
she's like, "Oh, where did you graduate? We in the same high school." I was like, "Oh, 19."
2019.
And then Jason, yeah. So we're already hurting. Like, "Oh, that was brutal." And then Jason responds, "19 what?"
Yeah, that's what I would have said. I'd have been like, yeah, I'm 1992.
Yeah, Dawes. There's now there. It's like, "Oh no, 2019."
Ugh.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. So I had a want to feel old moment.
Yeah.
Not since I saw that picture of Eminem's daughter Haley as an old lady. I was like, wasn't that the meme going around? Like, want to feel old? This is Eminem's daughter Haley that he sings about or that he raps about.
Yeah.
And then she's like super old. Yeah, it happens, man.
Be careful how you talk about Haley, man. I'm sure she looks wonderful.
She does.
I'm
She's
not-
23 and hot. I don't know what Chris is talking about. Very
Yeah.
old compared to the image we all have in our head from the music videos of the 2-year-old.
Oh no, the joke is
Right.
now you show like old Rose from Titanic and they go, "Want to feel old? This is Eminem's daughter."
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
then it's just like an old lady. It's like, this is Haley.
Okay.
But yeah, so we did. But I saw some good '80s, man. Felt really old because the manager at this place is graduated 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I just got kind of self-conscious, like, oh, I shouldn't be
Right.
here. this is kind
Good call.
But
That's
but-
years of training.
Oh no, there's nothing weird about it. But it's just like, oh, this.
I was joking.
Are you like? Yeah, people at bars now can be
Really young.
really effing young.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had that, and that was kind of weird. And then, and before that though, had my buddy, the other Jason Jepson, had a barbecue at his house, and this is a legit barbecue, Matt. This is probably the stuff that you'll be seeing.
I saw you put some of this on your Instagram
Yeah.
story, and I had no idea Jepson was into barbecue like that.
Yeah,
Damn. That
Straight
was
up
really good.
made brisket and pulled pork. He got this like custom built offset smoker, which he woke up at 3:30, put the brisket and the pork in, and just was feeding that thing wood all the way till 6 p.m.
That's
Oh,
my kind of
man.
guy. That's awesome.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah, here's the pulled pork," and it was just like this big piece of meat that looked black because it was all charred on the outside. And he just takes his fingers and just like picks it up, and then the whole thing just falls apart. It's like, "Yep, there you go." It was
It
That's
looks
the
so
best.
good.
it was lovely. It
bet.
really. Oh, everybody give him a follow at Chill Griller Barbecue. He calls
Yeah.
himself the Chill Griller, so at Chill Griller Barbecue. He's good, man.
I did.
He is really good.
Now, is that barbecue spelled out or BBQ?
BBQ. That's way too long. Way too long.
Just wanted to
Yeah,
make
Matt.
sure.
No, I appreciate
who
that.
Who would have like a long URL or like a long Instagram handle? Come on. Wanna give
Do
me
I?
Comments?
Oh yeah. Oh, should we do comments?
Yeah, they're all comments from our Facebook page, facebook.com/group/Bubble
I
Boy
get- yeah.
Army Worldwide LLC.
Let's do some comments.
All right, let's do it.
Now it's time for listener
Ah, yes. And as Gary said, these are all comments found on our Facebook group. Please, everybody, join the Facebook group if you can. If you don't have a Facebook, Elon Musk didn't buy Facebook yet, so you should join it. It's still cool. And it's totally worth it because this is my favorite place on the internet. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/group/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. Answer a few questions. We might let you in. And
The questions part is important.
enjoy yourself. Yeah, we still get a lot of people trying to get in without answering questions.
We got bots and stuff.
They're bots.
I'm not letting them in.
Are we bot free? Can we say Watercooler is 100% bot free?
I'm more.
I feel like we got
confident.
one bot. We had one bot at one time, and we nailed it like right away. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, we've expelled very few people over the years, but yeah, I would say I can say as confidently as possible, we are bot free.
Wow. See that? It just gets better. Wow. It just gets better and better. All right.
I dropped it.
But not botter.
Not botter. What?
Sorry.
Wow.
Wow. Tony Magbanua says, Chris. Oh, I was talking about how I was eating Skinny Pop, the popcorn bags. We have a lot of them here. They're delicious.
Yeah.
He says, Chris, I hope you're eating the Skinny Pop for the lower sodium and not because it has the word skinny in it. Skinny Pop is a relatively high-calorie food in comparison to Orville Redenbacher's Smart Pop. Skinny Pop has way more calories per serving. Smart Pop has way more sodium, just FYI.
You guys just dropping popcorn knowledge.
That's way too much popcorn
knowledge.
information. The other thing is the Skinny Pop was free and here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's Frito.
I do like Skinny Pop, but Tony,
Yeah.
You don't remember that? That was Nick Davis's thing. He's keto unless it's free. Then
how
it's
dare
Frito.
you credit Nick Davis with that? I'm going to slap you.
I've done that before, and I know it bothers you. Sorry.
So Tony, I do like Smart Pop as well. I rarely look to see which one I'm eating because it's not the word skinny that I like. It's the word pop. I love myself some popcorn. I don't care where it's coming from. I love it, and that's why I'm eating it. Yeah. So.
Do you guys remember Pop Secret?
Oh yeah, that's still around.
Sure.
The ones that had the different colors.
I think that was
You guys
a
remember
fad.
that?
I think.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think Pop Secret is just like a brand of popcorn, and then the version you're thinking of might be just like a version of it, like Pop Secret Funfetti or something.
There definitely was a period of time where part of the secret was you didn't know what color popcorn you were going to get,
Well, that's
and
just
a nine-year-old Matt Fondelier thought it was fucking brilliant.
Right.
So how dare you, sir?
Can you guys do different colored
that's
foods like
Exhibit
that?
A.
Because for a while they came out with green ketchup or weird colored foods that like blindfolded you could not tell the difference.
No one over the age of 9 wants that. But yes, I can eat it if I
tell
have
that to the city of Chicago.
Speaking of the city of Chicago, have you ever tried their famous popcorn place? I think it's called Gibson's.
They have Gibson's. They have Zebra Popcornopolis too. I
Yeah.
think actually, yeah. Gibson's is their steakhouse.
You guys all know a lot more about popcorn than you should.
It is their steakhouse.
Every
It's
one
also
of
the name
you.
their famous popcorn
Yeah,
brand,
well,
right?
It might be.
a lot of time at the movie theaters, man. You know,
Yeah.
that's really where I feel like I learned the most about popcorn.
That's where
Matt.
you got into the
Movie
Pop
theaters.
Secret.
Matt,
Yeah,
do you have a
exactly.
shade today?
Absolutely.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, well, because I was going to turn this into a shade for popcorn, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
Oh, I
well,
was
we
thinking-
can still do both.
Yeah,
I
we
was
can do
thinking
that.
of Garrett popcorn
Garrett,
from Chicago.
Gibson and Garrett.
good
Yeah,
stuff.
very very close. Yeah, Chicago for some reason has the best popcorn. I don't know what it is. There might be something, but the reason I brought it up actually was they dye their river green and they do all the green beers and everything too.
Yeah.
So they could do the colors. It's fine. Yeah, and I love the smell of kettle corn being made.
Oh,
That's the
who doesn't?
best.
It's wonderful. Yeah, so
It really is.
I just love popcorn.
I think we've fulfilled our commitment to big popcorn for this show.
Oh, but please.
Yeah, we'll all be getting a
That check
from
should
Mr.
clear now.
Redenbacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Orville.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How do you make your popcorn, Matt?
You know, back in the day, I would just do it like anybody in the microwave.
Yeah.
But once I married my wife, she has the fucking pot and the popcorn kernels in a bag, and you just fucking heat it up on the stove, and then afterwards, or while you're doing that, you can melt a little bit of butter and then just pour that all over, put a little salt on it.
Are you clarifying your butter?
Can't get better than that. I don't know.
Then you're not.
I'm just making it hot. Just making it hot.
He's clarifying.
Popcorn-
He just doesn't know what that is. He
Yeah,
must
clarify what clarifying the butter means.
Hey.
Yeah, could you clarify that?
The gap between microwave popcorn and like stovetop popcorn very minimal to me.
Yeah.
I don't really notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, after having it on a stovetop for the last like 7 years, you could give me microwave popcorn tomorrow and I'd be like, is this from the stove? Like I would have absolutely
Yeah,
no
you can nuke
distinction.
my corn.
There's the third option, which I don't know if you guys have seen, but my sister used to have and use every single night a standalone popcorn maker, which kind of looked like a those soda streams. Like it was just like a big cylinder, and you would put a bunch of kernels in the bottom, and then after a few minutes, it would just start pouring out the top.
Oh,
It
That sounds
was
amazing.
very good.
yeah, and that's like a cool visual piece too
Yeah,
when you
it
have
was.
when you have guests over. But yeah, listeners, I want to hear what is the best way to do popcorn because it all tastes the same to me. So I don't know if there's a real superior way, and but if there is, I'd like to find it because I'm
How do they
really
do
not
it like
pop.
at Disneyland? Like theme park popcorn. Dawson's rubbing his eyes. Way too much popcorn talk. But like at Disneyland,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the carts. They have like the little dolls that.
Oh,
do it.
yeah,
I
like
don't-
the
I don't-
fake
I don't
dolls.
think that they're actually doing it.
I don't think that really is a contraption. That
No,
is
there are
pumping-
people in there. There are people inside the doll. They costume them up to make it look
They're
like
dressed
not
up as dolls.
torture. But
Hey,
yes,
people that size
Yeah.
have to
it's
work
very
too.
hot in there too.
Yeah.
It's a fire suit that they're wearing. That's why it looks animatronic.
It's
go
very
in-
dangerous, actually.
They go in shifts. If they're not doing that, they're on It's a Small World.
Yeah.
You want to know what I hear is actually a really lucrative gig is Tinkerbell during the fireworks show at Disneyland, where she flies from the castle into like the Matterhorn or vice versa. I forget where it is, but she's basically on a zip line that just flies across and into like a mattress at the end. And
And there's good money in that.
I hear there's good money in that.
Where do you? Who in Big
Chris is,
Tinkerbell are you fucking
subscribed
in
to
with?
certain newsletters.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, I'm subscribed. People are scouting me. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's a waiting list.
Small World
Yeah.
Weekly.
Waiting list to be Tinkerbell.
Sure.
I can see that.
Because look, your job
That's the
is
job
just
you want.
get
That's
from-
your job. That's your job.
get
You get to
from
ride a zip
A to
line every
B,
day?
ride a zip line, make everybody happy. Everyone's so excited to see you, and it lasts what 15 seconds. Yeah, I hear it's a hot commodity for work. So,
Wow.
so Matt, if they have a Disneyland out there,
Yeah, I'm about as far away as you can get at this point.
But
For my beloved Disney.
also Goofy's Kitchen. Working at Goofy's Kitchen's huge too. There's a huge waiting list to work there. It's this buffet. Have you been to Goofy's Kitchen? I feel like Gary has, so I feel like I have to explain this to Dawson.
No, I haven't.
Okay, at Disneyland, like at the Disneyland Hotel, there's this place called Goofy's Kitchen.
Where all the characters are.
Yeah, all the characters are.
Okay.
It's a great place for families to go because for all the little kids to meet the characters.
Right, you get it done.
You get it done.
Get all your pictures.
It's a buffet. It's very expensive, but there's already guaranteed gratuity in these chairs for these seats because there's a huge waiting list to work there because on a bad night, I hear you make like $500
really.
that day in tips,
Dang.
just in tips. I mean, you make probably minimum wage, but yeah.
And you're getting paid the same if you're wearing a costume or if you're just like.
No, for
you know,
waiters.
Ariel.
Sorry, for the servers there. It's a
The
waiting list
servers
for the
get-
servers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because like, and these are the people who want to serve for life. They're
But
they're
if it's a
working at the
buffet, what are the
steakhouse.
servers doing besides filling drinks?
That's why there's a waiting list. Exactly.
okay.
That's why it's huge. Like it's such a big deal to work there because
You have to
there's
be
very
dealing
minimal-
with like screaming, messy,
It's worth it.
bacteria-filled children
Yeah.
all the time.
It's worth it though, man. It's worth it.
Yeah.
And yeah, these families are just they're willing to spend it, and it's just yeah. So when everybody I knew who worked at Disneyland, that was like their end goal. It's like I gotta just get to Goofy's Kitchen. I gotta make it there. But people have to like die.
Goofies.
People have to die for you to get to work there. Seriously, it's the cushiest of cush gigs.
We gotta. I don't know about this. I'm interested. Because
I'm serious.
You and I are about to hang out with someone who's worked with Disney for
Oh, sure.
30 years. His wife as well. So we'll ask him.
I
about it.
promise. You don't even have
believe
to
you.
ask.
I believe you, but I want to hear his take on it because
Okay.
he has never aspired to that because he's working in a different division. But I would like to hear about that because I'm sure he has some stories
If you-
of people bribing other people
Yeah.
trying to get to Goofy's Kitchen.
That's what I'm saying. If you are on that waiting list, like you still might never get to work there.
I know. That's,
Yeah,
that's
you just
wild.
it
This
really is
starting
just like
to seem like a mafia movie. You know, you want to get your job at Goofy's Kitchen. You got to make sure somebody else dies. Then
Yeah.
you can get in.
Well, we have a good friend who got into college that way.
Because somebody died.
Correct. There was a news story on the TV about a person being murdered at USC, and the next morning he was taken off the wait list and given a spot in the program she was in.
wow.
It's a true story.
That's good.
Yeah. Hey, man. Do what you got to do. How do you
One door leads to another.
How do you guys feel about the idea?
It's
Obviously,
kind of
not
the
for-
idea of doors.
Obviously,
Yeah.
not for the three of you, but how do you feel about the idea of the Disney cruise for like me or Kaylin? You're trapped on a boat. all
For you guys to
I
go
hear
together?
you in all honesty, I hear they're awesome.
I hear they're awesome too. Also, what I've been interested in a little bit is the Disney resorts in Hawaii, where it's just like a Disney resort in Hawaii.
Alani.
Is that what it's called?
It's called Alani. Yeah,
Okay.
It's called Alani. It's supposed to be awesome. I can tell you, as a 10-year-old or 11-year-old, I got to go on a Disney cruise with my grandparents.
Wow.
And it was dope. It was amazing.
Let me tell you
At 10 or 11, I would think that would be sort of borderline towards the end.
You kidding me, dude? I would go to fucking Disney on a Disney cruise right now. Just
Yeah.
sign me up. I don't even have kids. I just want to go down the fucking Donald Duck slide again.
I don't think they let people do that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
things
sure
have
they have a
changed.
hard rule against that, Matt.
Things have changed, dude.
Be
Yeah.
like, now go make me some lemonade. I'm going on this fucking ride.
So here's my relationship with Disney. Growing up, I was fine with it. I didn't necessarily love it like the way kids love it now. And it's weird because like there are all these parents like, oh, I don't want to give my kids too much screen time, and then once they have their kids, like, oh, he's gonna need some screen time. Like, yeah, it's just there's no getting around it, right? And so same thing with like Disney. Like these kids are just so into Disney and Frozen and like borderline obsessive, like where they know all the characters. They'll watch the same movie, I don't know, 3 times a day.
3 times.
Is that what?
How many hours do you think are in a day? 5 times.
You really? It's really just on loop.
Sometimes, I mean, when my son will get obsessed with something, look, we try not to do it. Everyone aspires not to do it, but at a certain point, especially during a weekday, if you want to get some work done and you're a work from home mama like my wife, then sometimes you got to put on something he likes, and he'll allow you to get some shit done.
Yeah.
I mean, just something as simple as like going to the bathroom or like being able to cook yourself some food so that you can eat and not pass out. Like you just, But yeah, if he's allowed, he'll watch. I think right now, Boss Baby is in the heaviest rotation.
Nice.
Last week, it was Turning Red, that new weird Disney movie.
That's a weird one to show him. Not that he would understand.
He's like, he's like Red Panda movie.
Daddy, what's a tampon?
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
more like Red Panda.
Time code.
No, we're done with that. You didn't listen. No more of that, dickhead. Especially not from the fucking guy who moved out of state.
Yeah, it's I understand because there's no context, just like pretty colors and people moving on the screen and
he
whatever.
loves animals, so it's a big
Oh,
panda.
yeah.
Like it's a big red cute panda.
Like I remember I was hanging out with my friends who were new parents at the time, and that their kid loved that show Cat Dog. Remember on
Yeah,
Nickelodeon?
sure.
And they would just
sure.
play the theme song on loop on YouTube just because a kid loved it and would sing along to it. And it's like a 30-second theme song, man. And it's just gone on loop to where they're literally working on their house and watching them, and they're like screwing something or painting something, and just under their breath, their dad's just like, cat dog, cat, and just singing along like just so lethargically. And I felt so bad. Like, this is it. Like, you could probably recite some of these movies.
I can give you all the songs. You want the Blippi theme song from a year and a half ago? That was on heavy rotation. I got them all.
Yeah.
Now, Dawson, what would you say you hate more, the popcorn talk or the kid talk?
It's a tough one.
Well,
Your face is really telling me that
It's
story.
a draw.
that brings me
I'm
to
just
my.
glad we're getting into the topics that everyone cares about. Popcorn first,
Yeah.
and then Disney/kids is crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever we do, let's not talk about anything rock and roll or drug related.
yeah. So I'm thinking about myself as a
It's
kid
not
watching
gonna mix
Bambi.
well with the popcorn and kids.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, bro. A lot of parents.
Drugs and
are on drugs.
popcorn.
So
Yeah.
now
Parents and drugs.
now Disney, whatever political, whatever aside, like what topics. I
Yeah,
just wanted
sure.
to talk about just the
Disney.
brand as a whole.
Yeah.
So growing up, I was like, fine. Get a little older. I really like the Pixar stuff, but then there's a part of me, and maybe somebody instilled this thought in my head, like be scared of girls who are super into Disney because they're growing up with the princess
yeah, no,
mentality. They're growing up with the
Sure, but it's also just psycho.
yeah.
For
No,
a
I'm not
grown-
kidding. Like somebody
any
put
grown
that.
person to be obsessed with Disney, as some people are obsessed
Yeah,
with
so
Disney.
somebody planted that in my brain. I'm not saying that it's a thought I like to have or anything, but like people who are super into Disney kind of spark a weird red flag in me. That's just like, oh,
Yeah.
and then what are your values here? Like, is it, and is it the princess mentality, which is what I mean, obviously what a lot of Disney girls grew up watching. So I just want to hear like what are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, do you get like thrown off by the people that are super into Disney? Because now it seems even more widely accepted. Like, and it's actually something that people like going to. I like going to Disneyland. It's fun. But I don't.
So that's the delineation we need to make here, I think, is there are levels to every game. What do you mean by super into Disney? Because I would say before my kid came, I probably went to Disneyland once every 2 years or something like that.
That's where I'm at, if that.
Where like, and usually where like it was someone else's idea for their birthday, or like I have a hookup on cheap tickets or something like that. It's not like something I just, and my wife would happily go with me at that same rate, and she didn't feel disappointed. Now, what I'm thinking of when you talk about that is the people where you go there and they're 45 and they're dressed up like a princess.
Yeah.
And they think that's cool because they're at Disneyland and like that should be like accepted and normal, or like the family that's all wearing the different funny shirts about how this is the most expensive trip.
Let me meet you in the middle. Let me give you the Instagram blogger who goes to Disneyland once a month.
No. That's way too much.
Too much.
That is way too much.
Yeah.
Because then if you're going to get into a relationship with that girl, you going to Disneyland once a month. That's not sustainable.
I got my first
that just means you have
Disneyland.
a season pass. If you're going once a month, that means they have a season pass.
No, if you have the season pass, it means you should kill yourself.
My first.
So there you go. That's where the distinction is. If you have the season pass, you're too much into Disney. I love going to Disney. I have always loved Disney stuff.
I'm scared.
You know, I grew up with the princess mentality. Chris, that was me. Okay, that was me.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting stuff.
I do not go once a month, but I'll tell you, with a free ticket hookup, I was definitely going twice a year, and it was fucking amazing. And I don't have kids, but they do have bars there, and it's a lot of fun to get into the place for free, drink a bunch, and go on a bunch of rides. That was definitely a way that I would love spending a weekend. And if I had a season pass, I would do it way more often.
When's the last time you were there?
Right before I left.
Really? When?
Which,
I wonder if Adam would have any thoughts about that.
It was a random day, like a weekend day.
Oh, a weekend day.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, Captain
The
Stutters.
end of a weekend.
Hey, Captain
On
Stutters.
Monday. Right.
Fucking cock. And people wonder why I've been emotional.
Yeah, Gary, you just, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you a hug.
What are you drinking over there, by the way? It looks like a tea or something.
No, it's definitely not a tea. I met my landlord, and she gave me a bottle of vodka and a bottle of wasp killer spray, and said, "You're going to need both of these."
Don't confuse the two.
You're drinking the wasp killer spray?
And yes, I'm drinking wasp killer spray. Now, there's an area north of Austin called Leander with an L. And I guess her boyfriend.
I was thinking Leander with a K.
Seriously.
Well, I just want to make sure that I got
also
through clearly.
Chris, what are you drinking right now?
Coffee.
Okay. Let's get back to Matt's 5-minute answer.
So there's
the place called Leander with an L. What are you talking about, bro?
Company called Neanderthal Vodka. That's what this is. Local vodka, and it's mixed with some sparkling cactus.
I can answer that question in
drink.
7 words, Bob.
Matt, I would like to suggest one more local vodka to you. Your best friend's wife works for them. It's called Tito's.
I love Tito's.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay.
Tito's is wonderful.
Saying if we're going to promote local Austin vodkas, let's go with the one where we actually end up getting swag out of it.
I got a free bottle. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, that's what I'm drinking.
Bruh.
Matt, for wasps, I literally read this yesterday, that to get rid of them, jazz hands works. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah, look into that.
I'm going to try that.
You should definitely try that.
Like,
you should also be taking a selfie
really
video.
No, you can't do selfies with jazz hands. You got to do both hands.
Let him try jazz hand. I want the video.
I read hands, so I don't want to give him misinformation here by saying only one hand. So if a wasp is around you, you don't want to get stung, do jazz hands, and it kind of freaks them out, and they leave.
You got to watch out for waspises.
Huh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So just some info.
Look under just walk around your house, Matt, and look under the eaves.
Yeah.
That's where they build their nests. Go out there every couple months
I've
during the
seen
summer.
several.
Just bring a fucking
I've seen
broomstick.
several.
Yeah.
Knock it off and
broomstick.
run away. That's what I did
well.
in Burbank all the time. You knock it off, you run away.
Yep, have an escape plan. That's what I was told.
Yeah, and then stay inside for like an hour until they figure their shit out, and then you can go out.
Easy.
All right, good to know.
All right. Ian Fitzgerald writes. Sorry, that was a good comment.
Is this our first one?
This is our second one. The first one was about
We don't need to
popcorn.
go back.
Yeah, we started with popcorn, and now
Ian
we're
Fitzgerald writes, I also love popcorn. No, I'm just kidding. He writes, all this talk of Matt getting his obligatory boots and sidearm now that he's in Texas, and no mention of Gary having a CWP in Arizona. What did Gary carry? Oh.
If I claimed I had a CWP, I misspoke. I did not have a CWP, but Arizona is an open carry state, and I would open carry at times. But I had a Glock. It was 40.
I know Glock. That's the pistol that comes with that you get automatically when you start Counter-Strike. It's like the weakest pistol.
Nice.
No, it's not. Get out of here. It was a let's see. It was a Glock 23C, if memory serves. It was like a full size, which is a 40 caliber compensated.
Damn.
I knew almost nothing about guns, and my friends were very into it, and that's what they suggested as a good starter gun to like just go to the range and get used to shooting, and that was what I had.
Okay. Boom.
Boom.
Scott Phillips says, I have a question about THC use. I'm from the trucking industry where it's not even talked about because you can't risk getting a drug screen. But now in Missouri, it's medically legal. So it's just weird and unfamiliar. What percentage of people do you think smoke or do edibles in like a legal state like California? I would say here.
It really depends on the age range,
Yeah.
honestly. Like younger people, quite a lot.
What do you think our demographic, all the listeners to this show?
Based on
89%.
Yeah, I'd say it's above 50.
Yeah.
Probably.
I remember growing up thinking that it was a very fringe thing that not a lot of people were doing. And then right around the time I went into early college and got to know that my parents and their generation, all that whole hippie stuff, a lot of those people still smoke. And I just kind of really opened up my mind, at least in California, it's an insane amount of people, and it's not really looked upon as anything other than like smoking a cigarette once you're kind of like in that area.
Yeah. So how are you doing out there, Matt? Are you staying low key still? Are you?
Yeah.
Do you have to take apart that PAX cartridge?
Not yet, but probably will soon.
What does that mean?
Matt had a couple of cartridges for his pen that contains I don't know what because he's in Texas, but one of the cartridges like failed on him, and he called me like panicked. It was like, I don't know what to do, man. This is 50% of what I have. I've seen things online about how you can take the cartridge all apart and try to put it back together and make it work again, but I don't know. That seems dangerous, but like I may get there, and sounds like you might get there.
Matt, so what are you going to do once this cartridge runs out? Are you going to have to get an actual drug dealer?
Didn't you hear the story about the bartender at the weird place he was talking to?
No, that was off air.
Oh, that was off air?
I don't remember.
There might have been before you got in here. Dawson and I were talking to him about some beer garden he found. You just got to make friends, bro. You make friends. You find the right community. You'll be good.
Yeah.
I told you the story when we were in Miami.
Part of the move is to reduce the usage to begin with. So I've been doing very good on that front.
Yeah.
Some reducage. I've been doing very good on that front. So there you go.
When we were in Miami, we were right before we get on the cruise, we were in the city, and my friend who was in the band, Will, the bass player, was like, I need some weed.
Mustache, sunglasses.
Mustache. He was like, I need some weed. And then so we're just walking, and the first guy that walks by, just under his breath, as we pass him on the sidewalk, goes, "You got any weed? Any weed?" Like that's what Will asks. And I'm just like, are you crazy? You can't just ask people like as we pass by just under your breath. So I'm like kind of like talking. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't do that. That's super. And as I'm doing this, the guy's like, yeah, I got weed.
Yeah.
You want some? How much? Like, and then he's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And he straight up just sold Will weed right there. And I was like, okay, well, there you go.
I can't remember when the last time I told it was, but that's akin to when I was in St. Louis and my buddy was like, bro, we got to go find some weed. And we just walked the streets for like 15 minutes. And finally he stopped in front of a Quiznos and he was like, I got this. And he walked in and he walked up to the guy and the guy was like, what can I get you? He's like, I don't know. You got any weed? He's like, yeah, sure. No problem. Came out from around the counter and sold us weed right there in the Quiznos. It's just like some people
Was
just
it toasted?
No, it wasn't. That's a very funny
They
question.
got toasted.
We did. We got toasted.
I do love that scene of Jonah Hill in Get Him to the Greek trying to buy
Heroin
from T.J.
Classic.
Miller.
Can you locate this guest for me?
Yeah, classic scene. It's fantastic. Let's see here. Peter Mortis wrote in because we were talking about Wendy's. Remember, and I suggested everybody try the Wendy's chili and don't eat their gooey nuggets.
Didn't need that recap, but sure.
Well, he says all this Wendy's talk lately. I worked at a Wendy's in high school, and the chili was made from the burgers that got burnt, or that we made too many of. So the excess patties. Also, I worked there when there was a nationwide news story about somebody finding a finger in the chili, but it was a hoax.
I
But I
remember
thought
that.
it was interesting.
Most
I
of
remember
those
hearing
things-
that too. I feel like that's not just chilies. Though. I feel like I've heard about like Coke cans or like in like Slurpees or something. Like it's just finding a finger in something. What kind of quality control is that? If your finger gets cut off, don't send that stuff out like thinking, oh, it's probably not on that batch.
Well, also, like, what is this world where somebody cuts a finger off and, like, either doesn't notice or, like, just trucks it out and lets, like, all the food keep rolling? Like, if I cut my finger off, you guys would think that Matt, Kaylin, Chris, and Dawson all quit on the same day.
I think it's
I was just
pretty
gonna say-
logical that the first thought you have when you cut off your finger is, I'm going to put this in Wendy's chili.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for me, it's
Only if you have
ow.
it around you. If I was at Wendy's, like, would you guys have the forethought to put that thing on ice and get it to?
If I was at Wendy's, I could get a cup of ice.
oh, that's
put
true.
it in there.
Stick it
But
in
would
a
you
cup,
like
easy.
I
legitimately
would
have that
probably,
forethought?
though, get a Frosty so that I could put the finger in that and then have a tasty treat on my way to the hospital.
Sorry, I asked.
Bloody Frosty.
Is the tasty treat the Frosty or the finger?
Yeah, you eat the Frosty. By the time you're done, the finger's still cold. It's the bottom of the Frosty. Just hand it to the doctor right when you get, hey.
And what kind of sorcery is it that you can sew a finger back on and it'll work? Because that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
Well,
Yeah.
they do spells.
We're like
It's
octopuses.
an
The doctor
actual.
says, he actually says abracadabra.
Oh, that's right. Because every time I hear about a finger getting cut off, they don't go to the hospital; they go to a shaman.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
absolutely.
he puts it back on.
Right.
Okay, that makes more sense to me. But anyway, Peter says also that the burgers are square because, quote, Dave Thomas said, "We don't cut corners at Wendy's."
What a dick.
There's some really
Here's
good.
what I don't-
There's some really good stories about Dave Thomas and about how like apparently he started working there as like a cleaning guy, and he found 2 pennies and brought them back to the owner of Wendy's, and the guy was like, "That's the most honest thing I've ever seen. You'll have a job here forever." And then he eventually bought it.
Wow, I love stories like
How
that.
come the cheese market hasn't adjusted to the fact that burgers are round? They still make square cheese. I feel
Provolone
like
did it,
everyone
dude.
wants a little.
Provolone's the
Provolone
only
did it.
one.
No, but
Yeah.
everyone wants the overhang, like Dawson was talking about before when we were talking
Oh,
about
those
oval
little
burgers.
corners.
You want the overhang. You want more cheese.
Mm.
By the way, that Wendy's story could have just been some shit my dad told me. I don't know where I just heard that when I was like 5. So I don't know if that's real.
Well, also Peter says when he was a teenager, he used to grab the great biggie cup, the huge cup, fill it full of frosty, and head out the door at the end of his shift.
Smart.
So there you go, Doss. You guys can hang.
That's a good. You
ever put a finger in there?
Yeah. Oh, intact.
I
finger.
bet he did.
Victoria Gabay. So she was hanging out with Jessica Robin last night at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
2 loyal listeners just hanging out. I love that.
I like that too. It's the best.
Bringing people together.
Yeah, I love it. So Victoria says,
Did they know
no,
each other
no.
before?
You don't get to talk
They knew
about
each other
bringing
before.
people together.
Sure, I do.
No, you have removed yourself. You have taken yourself apart.
But I still help bring other people together.
Don't do that with your fingers.
Matt,
Not so close to the camera. It's weird.
do you guys think Matt's barefoot right now?
I know for sure Matt's barefoot right now. He's in a fucking house. Yeah, there's
You barefoot? You
I'm in my house. I'm absolutely barefoot.
shorts?
He might be
Yeah.
bottomless.
All right.
No, I got shorts on.
Victoria says, on the way there in our Uber, we passed a Wendy's, which means, yes, I may or may not have ordered a burger via DoorDash. Okay, I'll stop there. Interesting.
I like it. It's an aggressive move to order DoorDash to the bar, but I like it. I have also seen the one step further move.
Oh, go ahead.
I saw somebody who wanted something that wasn't available during DoorDash or Postmates or any of that. So he called an Uber, and when the Uber got there, he said, "You are going to In-N-Out, and you are going to order 20 burgers. Here's $200. You can keep the change, and then you're going to bring it right back here, and that's going to be your Uber trip."
Wow.
The driver looked at him kind of weird, and my friend looked at him and was like, "What's the downside for you here, man? The 20 burgers is not $200, so you're getting a fat tip on top of I'm going to pay for the Uber ride." And the guy went, "You're right. This is awesome. I'll be back in 20 minutes."
Yeah.
And we ate like kings at that wedding. It was
Whoa. See, I've had
like
my
that.
friend use a Uber as basically a courier. Like he needed to get this like package to somebody, and just ordered an Uber, threw the package in there, and it's like, take it over.
great. Yeah.
And that was it. Well, anyway, Victoria continues, and this kind of adds a new wrinkle into the story.
Let's hear it.
So ordered the burger via DoorDash, and she says, and yes, my new friend at the bar walked over and picked it up for us.
That's awesome.
Dang. And she
Baller.
said, definitely hit the spot with the square patty, but this Wendy's didn't have chili, which made me sad. But Jessica may have discovered a new tasty treat to dip in a Frosty, the spicy chicken nugget dipped in chocolate Frosty. Note for me, but I have weird food rules. What say you?
I would be totally fine with this. I don't see why not. I mean, I've never tried it, but a little bit of spicy and it cools it down with the creamy Frosty. I mean, come on.
I guess I would say the savory versus sweet type of thing is better there than the woman who went viral a few years ago for dipping her chicken strips in Pepsi.
Oh, yeah.
I like the Frosty better if I've got to do something unconventional, but I don't want to do either.
Well, the Frosty, it actually can stick to the
Yeah,
chicken
yeah,
a little bit,
exactly.
too.
Yeah, but
Oh.
then you get all that spicy nugget stuff mixed into your Frosty. It contaminates
That's
everything.
true.
Oh, interesting that you
That's
say that,
not-
Doss.
that's a hard
because
no from me.
Because you wouldn't put chicken into your Frosty. So the Frosty makes the chicken better, but you're making your Frosty worse.
But
So-
you can spoon it
This is
onto the
true.
chicken.
And
Ah.
French
There you
fries
go. Now we're
dipped
thinking
into a
next level.
Frosty are good. It's a different thing.
That
I don't think that really transfers
Because
to
that's
salt.
only salt. Yeah, exactly.
That is a
Really,
brand.
that opens shit up. That's real nice.
That's something that Jen introduced to me while we were dating that I've never even heard of, and I thought she was insane. That dipping fries in Frosty or a milkshake,
milkshake,
basically, like an In-N-Out, she would do it.
Sure.
And I scoffed.
It seems insane.
It seemed
and then
insane.
you try it. And
I
then
tried
you
it,
eat
and it
your
was
words.
just okay. But it's not something I crave. But I still wouldn't do it. But I didn't realize it was such a common thing. But I
Yeah.
guess it is. A lot of people do that. Let's see. Oh, Zach Bierkin says a lot of hot sock talk this week. What do you guys think about the sock garter? JV or all balls?
Is that the thing where you no.
Like
no.
the top of your socks, there's a little guard right
like
below
attached.
your knees. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
A lot of people saying all balls in the comments.
All right. I don't.
It just
dress
seems like
that.
extra work for me, but I'm guessing it's so the sock doesn't ride down.
It is, and I'm guessing that the primary application would be people who wear suits.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gotta be somebody with a fucking custom pair of cufflinks, and fuck that rich boy shit.
Whoa, Doss.
Are socks riding down really a
It
problem?
must be a pandemic, dude. It must be a serious problem.
I can't believe this come
It's
from
like
Mr.
a-
Derby
a-
Shoes over here.
People need-
too.
Saddle shoes, derby shoes. Well, I was horse themed.
Saddle shoes. Dawson's scoffing at the sock garter, but he was wearing the nicest saddle shoes at school.
I got the
so
saddle shoes
A lot of
secondhand.
a little bit of hypocrisy there, if I do say so myself.
Not really, but go ahead.
What do you guys think about girls in the garters, Gary?
Jesus, Chris.
I used
Respect all women is what I say.
It's more
growing up, I thought it was the hottest thing. I don't know what it was. It was just, that is really attractive to me. Our garters.
Never actually fucking seen it in my personal life.
Never, me neither. I've never seen it in real life.
That
but
only exists in a Victoria's
like
Secret
a
magazine.
James Bond movie or something. There'd be a girl in the garter. I'd be like, whoa.
And we're just talking about the little clips. Like
Yeah, like the little
clips and the
side thing that
little
goes from the
elasticy
hip
thing.
to their
yeah.
leggings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
they
like
maybe
it
store a
only
gun in
exists
there.
Photo shoots.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
I
a
don't
little
see.
22.
I haven't seen him lately, like in
Nice.
life, but or like in like media or anything like that. But
38
Well, I
snub
think,
nose.
Chris, your wife might have a possible idea for your honeymoon.
there you go.
Yeah, just make
Get on
sure
it,
she
Jen.
doesn't pack
Get
a
on that.
gun.
Oh no, it's the gun part that I was really attracted
Right.
to. Yeah, it was like a big thing, like probably through the 90s, late 80s, 90s, maybe early 2000s, and then kind of just faded off, right, Gary? Gary's lips are so tight. I don't even know if he's breathing right now. Gary, when I brought it up, Gary's face made me laugh. I couldn't even get the question out.
Well, I mean, at that point, I just wanted to see where you were going with it, so I was just letting you ride. And then when Matt started suggesting things for your wife to buy for your honeymoon, it got way too uncomfortable for me. I just, I tapped out completely. So,
Hey, hot sock
next
talk.
topic.
All right, next topic. Kevin McCarthy says, who would make more money in its lifetime, a chiropractor or a talking hot dog?
Well, like a hot dog that could actually talk.
Yeah.
I don't believe there are any follow-up questions.
Say the
in this
chiropractor.
format.
A chiropractor
Although-
talking
You got
hot
to really
dog.
roll.
Now, if somebody was in control of the talking hot dog, that guy might make more money. Here, I got a hot dog that talks.
No,
but
that's
just
not
that,
the
I mean,
question.
here's the thing. Where the fuck is the hot dog going to put his money? A talking hot dog does not have hands or pockets.
But you're making
That's
money,
true.
regardless of what he does with the money.
Dawson
Who
is.
I
I was
get
gonna
ripped
say,
off
what
every
value-
single time.
Yeah. What
just-
value is money? Does money have to a hot dog?
Right.
And Dawson's especially right, especially ones without arms or legs.
I think
And
the
what
hot-
if?
Well, the question isn't how much are you
What
going to
if?
save, it's how much are you going to make. So he could get cut a check that someone immediately steals, but he has still made $5 million for his appearance in the
Right.
movie.
Exactly
Whereas
right.
the chiropractor, he's making it slower.
And
Now, look though. Here's another wrinkle. We didn't specify the language the talking hot dog speaks. Now, hear me out here. What if
That's
the
too much.
talking hot dog speaks French?
Well, then parlez-vous
Hot dogs are
français.
fucking what's the word? They're disgusted by hot dogs in France.
Oh, so he would hate himself.
All right.
Yeah,
Here's the
I don't think he'd
other-
make the money.
The other condition that we all forgot, as with all polls in our Facebook group, this is during a post-apocalyptic nightmare scenario. And in this scenario, all the cable networks are down. Who's going to know about the talking hot dog?
Yes, but what
This
way
is
is
clearly a scenario where the chiropractor is going to be able to barter and trade for his services and live in this nightmarish future.
Absolutely not, Matt, because there's no circumstance in this post-apocalyptic world where people are going to want to go in for a gentle adjustment and then exchange money for those services. This man becomes a jiu-jitsu expert who has to kill people, and all he is doing is on the front lines trying to protect his community. It's a thankless job. He makes no money, and the talking hot dog is the only thing that will make anyone laugh.
Yeah.
I see.
I think I like where you're getting with this because maybe, just maybe, the chiropractor and the talking hot dog should team up.
Well,
Okay,
but
this
then you're getting
hypothetical-
then you're getting into a Burt Wonderstone situation where Steve Buscemi can't be second fiddle forever, and eventually, who's going to be making more money? We can't have one, top dog.
Well, I mean, the talking hot dog has all the talent,
Thank you.
and the chiropractor is just the talking hot dog's manager.
Okay, this
Chiroprac dogs.
he's a chiropractor and it's a talking hot dog.
But
What
it's
is-
a
what is
post-apocalyptic
it-
world.
what
where the
is- why are they
chiropractor can
teaming up?
strangle people to death.
What kind of answer is that? Hey, what would make more money, a talking hot dog or a chiropractor? Dawson's like, well, they team up. Like, what
what
are you
if-
doing?
What if the chiropractor ate the hot dog?
No,
Well, now
Game over.
now the game's over.
yeah,
Yeah.
the chiropractor
And
wins.
the chiropractor definitely makes more money.
But the answer is talking hot dog.
Sure.
Okay, let's see here.
A lot more predators, though. Dawson's got a point. A lot of people want to eat that hot dog and stop its rise to fame.
Might be even
We can move
tastier.
on.
Might
We
be
can
even
move
tastier.
on.
What if the hot dog's a total dick and he's salty?
I heard he's
Ooh,
not
I
a
gotta
dick,
try
but
that
he's kind of
salty
a-
hot dog.
He's kind of a wiener.
Yeah.
Let's see, Casey Peters. I like that, Matt.
You miss me,
Bravo.
Gary.
I wasn't
you,
the
Gary.
biggest fan, but
I like it. Keep them coming. Casey Peters says, Chris, don't do it. I love that thing you do as well. We're talking about the movie. But he said, I made the mistake of showing my wife the director's cut, and she hated it, and so did I. It's very long and boring. So that bums me up, but I'm still going to watch it. Sorry, Casey. I got to find out for myself. And let's do one more here. Eric Lepore says, I was sitting in my car waiting to leave work yesterday while listening to the show. My windows were down since it was a nice day outside. After a while, I noticed one of the older guys I work with also sitting in his car next to me with the windows down, and he had turned his radio down so he could listen to what I was listening to. I heard him chuckle a few times. When the comment about that was read about Gary and Matt eating the hot dog Lady and the Tramp style, he actually lulled.
Wow, that's nice.
He asked, what kind of show are you listening to? So I just want to share that story with the Army. Keep up the good work, everyone.
Nice.
Eric,
Great
I
story,
love that.
Eric, I would like to know what your response was to that. When he asked you what kind of show were you listening to, did you tell him it was pretty all right? Did you bark at him? Like, what did you say?
Well, before we wait for his comment to answer that question, I think we need to level that question within our own room. What kind of show is he listening to? You know, if a 65-year-old man who you work with overhears this show and you get in the exact same situation, what's the answer? What kind of show is this?
The way I described it to my accountant, not my account, but my tax person, she's like, "Oh, what is the Watercooler and Bobo Boy Army?"
By the way, I don't know if we've ever said it publicly, but we did in fact name it that.
Yeah, Bobo Boy Army
that
Worldwide
LLC.
LLC. Is that like a military? What is that? The Bobo Boy Army? What is this?
Why is it named so long?
And the way I said it was, it's a. Oh, at first I said, "Oh, it's a podcast radio show thing." She's like, "Oh, what is it?" It's like, "Oh, it's five dorks just sitting in a room talking to each other, and we record it." That's all. That's all I said. I couldn't think. Yeah, and that's kind of what it is. Although now it's three dorks sitting in a room. Gary.
For now, there'll be 4 tomorrow.
But yeah, what I do like, Eric, is that the water cooler is not a tool tune. You can listen to it windows down, blasting.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. So thank you. Thanks, Eric, for sharing the love. And if you could please have that guy download and re-listen just so we get that download count. It helps. Anything helps. And Ian Fitzgerald just says, he's back. Shay's back because he listened to the Patreon show, so he's really stoked that Matt Fondelier was back. All right, and that'll do it for comments. I got a few more, but we'll get to them next week because that was a lot of show already, guys. We did it. We really went for it today. Yeah.
A lot of popcorn talk.
The popcorn talk really just went.
Yeah.
It really did.
Hot topic.
Who would have
The
known?
only thing that was top eye was the hot dog post-apocalyptic chiropractor scenario.
Right.
I feel like we dedicated a lot of time to that too.
Yeah.
Right.
At Trader Joe's, they have a popcorn on a cob where it's like kernels on a cob, and you pop it, and then it's just like popcorn on a cob, and you can eat it that way.
Isn't that just corn
That's
on the
amazing.
cob?
But
Well,
it's
it's
popped,
popped.
Gary.
It's already pre-popped.
It's no, it's not pre-popped. It's just
No.
it's hard kernels though. You can't eat the corn like that.
Oh, true.
It's unnatural. They like glued kernels to the side of a corn cob.
You're eating glue?
That's right.
I don't know. The person there working there recommended I try it. It was fine.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Dawson, you all good on popcorn talk?
I think yeah.
Where you guys land on the caramel corn and the cheese corn, and then those tubs where they're like kind of sectioned off, and then sometimes they
Give me a
mixed in with each other.
I dig those tubs.
They're good.
I'll eat
Yeah,
those
not
tubs.
bad.
yeah. I like plain. I hate to say it. That's my
Get out of
favorite.
here.
I like plain
Get outta
popcorn, baked Lay's.
What was the point of the decorative tin? That's what the fancy popcorn lives in. It thrives there.
No,
That's great.
the only reminds me of stale popcorn because it never got finished. So eventually it will get stale, and then you just have to throw it away. And your fingers, I hate finger dust. I hate finger stuff. Like I hate my hands smelling like anything. I just want my hands clean.
Instagram served me an ad yesterday for a product that basically looks like one-piece chopsticks that's designed to fit in here so that you can play video games
In
or, like,
in
type.
between your middle finger and your ring finger, like Spock.
Either that or it might be over here, but whatever it is, it's so that you can pick up chips and like eat them, or like Cheetos or whatever, while you're working on your computer or like playing video games or whatever. I have never felt like a bigger piece of shit in the entire world than when Instagram decided that was something I'd be interested in.
That actually is like a tech guy hack. Like I learned a long time ago. Like if you want to eat like Cheetos or popcorn, use chopsticks.
Yeah, actual chopsticks I'd be fine
Yeah.
with, but the thing that's designed to just always be on your hand, like, come on,
and
it's too easy.
you leave that thing on.
Yeah, if someone walks in and sees
That's
you.
a lot of prep. Okay, I'm going to work on the computer and I want to eat some chips.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to put on my special chip glove.
Yeah, exactly.
And plus, like isn't the keyboard like the number 2 grossest part of your house or something?
It's number 1 in my house.
That'll do it for a water cooler.
Further question.
We don't have a
No
Shay?
further questions.
Yeah, dude. Matt, do you mind if we do the Shay next show?
Yeah, of course, man.
I know. I feel bad for.
Don't feel bad.
We'll do it next show.
I
We'll do
had
it
a
next
great
show.
time with you guys. We did a lot of food talk. I feel like
We did.
we had enough food talk.
We did a lot of.
But we'll
popcorn
just tease
talk.
it. I'll just tease it. I'm in a brand new city, and I'm going to some fucking amazing places. So I got plenty of shades. I got shades for days, as we say around here.
That's what they say around there too. They said it here, I believe.
Yeah,
when I
it's
was
really
here,
weird. They
so-
say it around here too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Must
the neighbors just coming by, like, hey,
Yeah, the
you guys
movers.
saw?
The movers. Earlier today, they were like, "Shades for days."
Okay, I love it. All right, well,
Yeah.
why don't we go around the horn and get our plugs, and then I'll start with Mr. Shea over there. I know we have Shays for Days coming up, but what do you suggest we check out?
Yeah. Well, obviously, check out our Patreon. You can also that's patreon.com/watercooler. I think we're taping another movie night tomorrow night. Are we not?
We are.
Yep.
I don't know how we're going to do that. This is going to
Yeah,
be
that's
interesting.
We don't exactly know either. It's your turn to pick,
Okay.
but we're not sure if it makes sense for you to join us or, we'll see.
We're gonna have
I
to
see.
figure out
It's my
the
turn it's my turn to pick, and thus it doesn't make sense for me to join you.
yeah.
Got it.
No,
Yeah.
it's your turn to pick, and then you move to Texas, so we're not sure how that'll work with the delay, but we'll figure it out.
Well, we'll figure it out for sure.
Yeah.
And also I'm on Twitter, Matt Fondelier. There you go.
Boom. All right. Das.
Or go to a weird beer garden in Austin and hope you bump into him.
Yeah. Again, off the air. That was off
Yeah.
the air.
No, it was on the air. I brought it up the second time on the air.
Yeah.
Nice. Either tomorrow night or tonight, depending on when you're listening to this. My band's playing at the Viper Room
Well, what night of the
Or
week is
3
it?
years
Wednesday
It might have been
night.
last night. It might have been
Wednesday night,
This
April
one.
6th?
Today's the
7th?
last
26th.
today.
My son
Tomorrow,
is listening
April
to this
27th.
20 years ago.
April 27th,
2022.
Viper Room.
Wednesday night,
call.
Viper Room. Doors at 7. We're on at 7:30. 50-minute set. You'll be in bed by 10. Come and see us.
That's awesome.
$10 in advance. 12 or
50.
15 at the door.
How do they get an
15
advance
at the
ticket?
door. You can follow me on Twitter, Dos Angeles. I got the link there,
All right.
or on the Facebook.
Yeah, post
And
it.
I'll probably post it in the group. I just did post it on my page, but yeah.
Okay. There you go. This Wednesday, April 27th, 7:30, the Viper Room. Mike Dawson, The Smoke It Kills.
Legendary venue.
Legendary venue, legendary band. You're going to love it. Gary, what about you?
Let's see. Yeah, our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler, and follow Reasonable Doubt on YouTube. YouTube.com/Reasonable Doubt podcast.
That's right. Gary's making a lot of appearances on those shows. So if you love yourself some Gary, listen to Gary
A
Goes.
little too much, Gary.
Gary Goes. It's not too much, Gary. There's never too much. That's not a thing. It's like saying there's too much popcorn. Not a thing.
That's true.
And yeah, it absolutely is. And as for me, let's see. Yeah, check out Dawson Show this Wednesday. I'm playing a show at Tantalum in Long Beach this Friday. I'm playing for like 3 hours, so just go like after 6, and chances are I'll be there. And that is it. So thanks everybody for listening. Thanks again for being part of the show. Tune in to Patreon this week. It's going to be Kalen's last in-studio show for the foreseeable future, so you can hear from him, hear why he's moving, hear his story, and hear his take and his plans. And we'll see you there. Thanks again for listening. We love you. Goodbye.